I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about what I realize now. Well, one of the things that I see time and time again is that you guys really start to get motivated after a breakup and really want to change your life, which is absolutely my favorite thing about a breakup, is how people will truly go from on this transformation journey to really change their life. And when you are able to take that pain that you're going through and turn it into something positive, it is just an incredible feeling. It really does feel good. And part of that is taking a look at the things that we've done, taking a look at our family, taking a look at our previous relationships, and trying to grow from it. Trying to really look within and become motivated to be a better, healthier version of ourselves. Because, relationships are supposed to bring joy to your life, make you happy and be fun and be playful. And if you don't work through your attachment issues, you're going to become fearful, insecure. You're not going to know how to communicate. You're not going to have the skills to be a good partner. And that connection is constantly going to be ruptured with fighting and arguing and all kinds of issues. So really, when you do work on yourself and your mental health, it truly can transform all of the connections you have, not only with your romantic partners, but also your coworkers, your boss, all the people in your life, when you start to see them on a much deeper level and understand them better, right? So today I've got a good email coaching that I think you guys are going to enjoy. It's from a guy that's in his mid-40s that was dating a woman in her late 30s. Okay, now he said, I'm taking the creative healing course. So that's great. He's already motivated. You could see, when you do that course, it's a lot. There's a lot there. I can't even remember how many activities there are. It also includes the workbooks inside of it. And it's just unbelievable the transformation you're going to have when you do that and you stick to it. Just 30 minutes a day. Okay? And the activities are always changing. It's not just videos. There's art therapy. There's visualizations. There's audio affirmations. There's homework activities. I try to constantly keep the course fresh by doing different things. And I don't even think there's ever two things in a row that are the same. So it might go to like a cartoon with questions, to an exclusive video, to a homework assignment, to an art therapy activity. We really tried to make it so it would be creative and fun to creatively work through your attachment issues and really deal with our unconscious. Because so much of our attachment issues are from unconscious things that happen, memories and fears and all kinds of things that are trapped in our unconscious. We're trying to get it out and bring it out, because that's how we heal, right? By talking about it, by dealing with it. So I'm glad to see that he's doing that, and I'm hoping he'll do a follow-up with us later and let us know what he thinks, okay? So he met this girl in September, okay? And he said the first date was about 2 weeks after talking. A few months later, they became exclusive. He said, we spent most weekends together and Wednesday nights. He says, taking the course, I realize I have anxiety issues. I told her I love you daily. She was pretty all the time, and she had asked me to cut back, but I'd fall back into old habits. All right. So believe it or not, those few sentences tell me a lot, okay? He's telling her he loves her daily. Now remember, this is a fairly new relationship that may have been overwhelming and smothering. At this point, they've probably been together for under 3 months. And that could be a lot. You know, you're telling her she's pretty all the time. You know, of course, people like to feel attractive and people like compliments. But if you do it too much, it doesn't feel like it has any meaning anymore. It just feels like, oh, he's just saying it just because he thinks I want to hear it. Not because it's coming from an authentic place. Okay? So you got to be aware of those things. And she even told him to cut back, and he still couldn't do it. So that even tells you that the problem is deeper and that it's more about his insecurities, okay? He goes on to say, I texted her daily. She was always responsive. Okay. So texting really should be mostly for setting up dates and you know, spending time together. You want to have things to talk about, and you want to look forward to seeing that person. If you're just texting each other all day long, the excitement and that newness that you feel can fade quickly, right? And it can really turn someone off. Here's some more smothering behavior. I also bought her gifts and did a lot for her. Now, it's okay to do these things sometimes, but you're doing it all the time, and all of it together is just going to overwhelm somebody. And it seems like you're doing it more because you're trying to overcompensate and trying to get her to like you than coming from just an authentic place, right? That's the difference. I realize now that this was likely due to my anxiety, and while not intentional, I see it was manipulative. Okay, so we started to see it, that it wasn't really coming from an authentic place. It was coming more from a manipulative place of, I want you to like me, I want her to like me. He says, I was never jealous though. She started getting distant about 3 or 4 weeks before she broke up with me, but I missed the signs. After a weekend trip in April, she said I was sweet and good to her, but she needed a break. Okay. At this point, it was too much. She was feeling overwhelmed. She wasn't liking it. She didn't even have time to miss you, to get excited to see you, to get excited from hear from you. It's like more like, oh my gosh, this is too much. He never gives me a break. That's the vibe you get here, right? And if you don't work on those issues, you're going to continue to do those things. Now, I know he is, but for all those of you guys that are watching, you have to make changes in this situation, okay? He then says, I did beg and plead with her, but later agreed. Then, in early May, she texted me that we should say our goodbyes because she felt smothered. Yeah, you know, the attraction was there to begin with, but all these mistakes, all these behaviors can overwhelm somebody and they get turned off. All right. I didn't beg and plead at the time, just told her that she would always be special to me and I wished her well. Now, you guys were together for like 3 months at this point, and you're saying you'll always be special to me? Like, that's something you might say after you've been with somebody for a couple of years or something like that. But this is really new. So 15 years from now, you're going to think back and think, oh, she's so special to me, a girl you dated for 3 months. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't line up. It's not going to feel authentic. Later, she texted me to say she hoped we could stay friends. No. No, no, no. You don't want to be friends with this girl. You like her. You like her, and you're not going to be happy being her friend, and who would be? I said, I hope so too. Oh boy. He said, I said, I hope so too. And I would always be there for her. Oh. You're always going to be there for somebody that you barely know, who you barely have been dating and you're just starting to get to know? He says, it was a mistake. I know. Yeah, it was. But this is more of a reflection on you and your attachment issues than it is about her. Okay? I sent one last text saying I was sorry for smothering her, and if she ever wanted to start over, to contact me. That text remains unread. Oof. According to Messenger. That's brutal. Jeez. She didn't even open the message. She was really turned off by that behavior. But, oh my gosh, like, how does she not even look at the message? He says, I've been in no contact since. That Friday, her friend posted on her Facebook, I love you, you're so pretty. An obvious dig. Maybe the friend was making fun of you, but not necessarily, because, you know, women do talk like that to each other all the time. I mean, you constantly see it, but maybe it was a dig at you. And if it is, it's feedback, you know? You could see that when you try too hard and it's not really authentic, it doesn't feel like something that's special or meaningful to somebody. All right. 2 weeks later, she posted a video of someone saying if they had to repeat themselves after saying something bothered them, she was out. Okay, I see what he's saying here. In other words, it's referring back to when she had told him not to do that. What was it she said not to do? To keep saying that she was pretty all the time, and that he kept doing it. He said, I kept doing it. That's what she's kind of referring back to. If I have to tell somebody multiple times, I have to repeat myself, and they don't listen, that she's out. All right. Then about 2 days ago, I posted a comment on a page I follow. I'd love to have my ex-girlfriend back. Not sure how she'd see that since I didn't repost that. Okay? Yesterday, she shared a post saying, he's not the superhero he thinks he is. That cape is a red flag. Not sure why. We never fought and I was never mean to her. I haven't attempted to contact her since early May. Okay. Well, maybe that was about you. Maybe it wasn't. If it was about you, the red flag is, you know, while you weren't mean to her, you were manipulative, and you were, your insecurities are so deep that you're not realizing how it would turn somebody off. Because you weren't coming from an authentic place. It was more of a manipulative place. And you recognize that. You owned up to that earlier. But that is a red flag. Okay? It's not an abusive type of behavior, but it is still a manipulation, and women do get turned off by it. I'm sure guys get turned off by it too, but I do see men do this behavior more than women. All right. I'm still friends with her on Facebook and her family and some of her friends. I got along with them well. Well, I don't know how you could have known them very well, right? I mean, didn't you guys start dating in September? Okay, so you became exclusive in December and you broke up, it sounds like, in, was it March, April? All right, so I guess you had some time to get to know them, but you couldn't have known them too well. I mean, how much could you have seen them? But, all right, so they didn't take you off or anything like that. He says, I'm trying to work on my anxiety issues. I'm starting therapy and taking martial arts to help with my confidence. Good, and you're doing the creative healing course. All those things are going to help. My ex-girlfriend was in a 6-year abusive relationship that ended 3 years before we met. So maybe that was the red flag that she was talking about. Could have been. Try not to read too much into that. What else can I do to increase the chance of getting my ex-girlfriend back? I know there are no guarantees. I just want to do whatever I can to increase my chances. Well, you're doing the creative healing course. You're in therapy. You're doing martial arts. You're working through your stuff. I think the key here is not to come on too strong if she reaches out, and not to be manipulative in any way. She's going to sense it and she's going to know right away. And it's going to be very tempting for you. I could just feel the struggle within you. You start spending some time with her and there's an uncomfortable or awkward moment, and all of a sudden you just go and say, "You're so pretty, you're so beautiful." And she's just going to be like, "Oh gosh, here we go again." So understand that this woman is going to need a lot of space if she comes back. Okay? And don't try to take it to the level that she was at with you when you initially started dating. Because at this point, she would have a lot of doubts. She's got some red flags that she's concerned about. And she's going to be looking a lot closer for those things. So really think about those things that she didn't like, that she told you to stop, that you maybe weren't hearing because of your anxiety. Because if you guys have heard me say, anxiety causes us to be selfish and self-absorbed, and we don't realize it. But it does. And so you just got to be sure that you're giving her a lot of space, not trying to overwhelm her with compliments. Just try and spend some time with her, have a great time, focus on that time together, and then letting her reach out to you. I wouldn't tell her that you love her. I wouldn't start talking about feelings again. I would be very, very casual with her, because I think anything more than that is going to turn her off really quickly. Okay? Personally, I would say move forward. This relationship wasn't terribly wrong. And, I mean, it's up to you. It's, your life. You can do whatever you feel is right for you. But I'd be more likely to move forward with this particular situation. But if not, just take it very, very slow. And it's going to be hard for you because you're like Mr. Eager Beaver, okay? And she knows that about you already. So you're going to have to work even harder with her not to make those mistakes. Whereas if you start dating somebody new, they're not going to be looking for those same things, or be so quick to be turned off by those things. So, we all make mistakes in relationships. We all realize things afterwards. But the people that really stay committed to that personal growth will change their life. And regardless if this girl comes back or not, you're going to be doing great with dating. You keep doing that creative healing course 30 minutes a day. Work it all the way through to the end, then do the workbooks after that. You have the workbooks in there. You're gonna change your life, and you're gonna blow away all the people that you date, that you're gonna be able to pick and choose much easier just by eliminating mistakes that 95% of the people are gonna make, okay? So use the realizations to change, to grow, and to become a healthier version of yourself that you feel good about, which we are doing. So hopefully you found this one helpful. And of course, if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.
To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.